Hi guys, welcome back to SNT-networks. In today's video, we'll be talking about what is next in network and security. Right. So basically, traditionally, networking used to be categorized into basically two parts. One was network, routing and secure switching, and the other one was security. So they were like two different layers altogether. And then we started moving on towards the cloud-based applications. So now what used to happen was first, in order to connect to the cloud, you had to use a VPN to connect to the data center. And from the data center, that means you have now logged in into the company infra. Okay. Now, once you're in the company infra, you had to then from there connect on to the cloud. So either it can be through a tunnel, mostly it will be through a tunnel, right? Or any secure, secure channel basically. But now, as you check out this model, you see that some are working from home, some are using VPN, and some are working from office. Now, this again, you'll use VPN, right? But now in this basically era of hybrid work culture, basically what happens is not everyone is working from the same location. Not everyone can connect to your specific data center and then cloud. They can, but it will basically add a lot of slow performance, backhauling of traffic, complexity with multiple tools because you're using VPN. From there, you probably use CASB or firewall or proxy, right? Then weak security for cloud or remote users, because most of the security that will be added towards the data center side, right? So in reality, what happens is users are now started working from everywhere, either it's home, office, mobile, or worldwide. So applications are mostly on the cloud. So now we're moving on to SaaS culture, software as a service. So, either we're using Office 365, Salesforce, AWS, Azure, GCP, right, or any other form of cloud. And perimeter-based security that we had traditionally are no longer fit in a distributed model because users are just not working from office. They're working from everywhere. So if you're working from office, that's a different matter altogether. But now you're working from everywhere, and plus the apps can be everywhere. Like the cloud-based applications are not just hosted specifically on a specific server, like we said, it's either Azure, AWS, GCP. So now the need that came in was to integrate both networking plus security. So once this came in, so now users will connect from anywhere, and when they are trying to access a certain web-based application or cloud application, right, they have to go through a single module. Right, we have SD-WAN, ZTNA, Firewall as a Service, Secure Web Gateway, and also there's one more thing, it's CASB, Cloud Access Service Broker Service. So basically, Cloud Access Security Broker Service, which is basically something that nowadays we integrate with the Secure Web Gateway. So now that is the reason we have just mentioned Secure Web Gateway. Companies like Netscope and I think other companies are also integrating Secure Web Gateway and CASB into a single module. So now, how does it help us? Right. So like we said, in a distributed model, users can be anywhere. Okay. Now, if the users wants to access one particular application, they have to just go through a single module called POP, points of presence. Points of presence is basically users will connect to the nearest points of presence, right? Based on your geolocation, that again in turn works on a thing called free DNS, any DNS, free DNS, right? That we'll talk about in a detailed video, right? So basically now once you connect to the point of presence, you're able to access the web-based application or the cloud-based application directly. Okay. Now once inside the SASE, we have SD-WAN is for performance. Okay, basic networking. uh, zero trust network access is basically used in terms of VPN. It has replaced traditional based VPN. It has also replaced SSL VPNs altogether. Then you have security SAC, like I said, secure web gateway, CASB, firewall as a service, and DLP. DLP is again integrated into the secure web gateway and CASB. So now this will ensure fast, secure, direct access to the cloud globally. Because now, if you're anywhere, as per your geolocation, you connect to your nearest points of presence, and from there you try to access the application. Right now, SD-WAN will work in terms of routing. It'll give you application-aware routing. It improves efficiency, right? And it also helps in expansion altogether. Firewall as a service will provide you firewall features, right? Secure web gateway and CASB integrated, I'm talking about, will give you granular API based control for the cloud application that you're trying to use. And then you have zero trust, which is basically never trust, always verify, which will help you in accessing the cloud based applications or accessing anything in the data center altogether. But how it helps is it does not trust you by default if you're inside the network or you're outside the network. It makes sure that you have the same level, and it does repeated API checks, or it also does repeated security checks, just to make sure not just your device is also compatible. It's as per the security posture and the host checker policies. If you're compliant, only then both the authentication and authorization will pass. Okay, so this is why we are moving towards the SASE ecosystem altogether, mainly because it merges network and security, and it provides you granular approach. Can be used worldwide, improves efficiency, right, and is also cost efficient because mostly, it is a subscription based model, right? So that is all about SASE, and in other videos we'll try to talk in depth, and we'll also talk about how we connect to the points of presence, the science behind it. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.